Hello, everybody. Spider here, the Fight Card Podcast, coming to you once again in San Antonio, Texas, being joined once again by Jamal Amers. My man, how are you, bro?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Man, I'm actually I'm dying. I mean, you're here in San Antonio, man. It's humid as hell, bro. So stay where you're at, man, because it's ugly right now.
I remember that San Antonio humidity. It wasn't
Oh
fun.
yeah, these are the days that you guys love to cut weight because you go outside, you start sweating, man.
Immediately.
And let me ask you, boss. I brought you on here so you can help me break down this card, man. It's going to be for the Time Fighting Championship, number 75. It's going down this weekend. Of course, it's going to be streamed, or the main card's going to be streamed on the UFC Fight Pass, and it's going on in the. It's going to happen at the Dominican Republic, man. So it won't even be here in the states. But I'm going to go through the card and just chime in, man. Let me know what you think. I mean, starting up, right off the bat. I mean, we have Mikaisa Ureña, the guy nicknamed the Pink Ranger, bantamweight, 6-3, taking on Alberto Blas, nicknamed El Indio, 3-3. And I mean, of course, bantamweight, man. I mean, when was the last time you could weigh in at bantamweight, bro? Let me ask you that. Wrestling days?
Mm. Yeah, high school wrestling days. Yeah.
No, because when you first started, you were competing at 145, right?
Yeah. Same weight class my whole career.
Okay, but I mean, of course, as you got older, you got bigger, man. You had to kind of pick and choose, right?
Yeah, I had to figure it out how to still maintain
No, no,
weight.
definitely, man. 'Cause, one of the things out there, and let me ask you this, because from experience, man, I mean, of course, a lot of people think I lose fat, but you gain muscle, and muscle weighs just as much, man. So a lot of that's some of the things that you have to look out for, right?
Yeah, that's been one of the hardest things for me because I have like
No,
fucking
no, well, definitely, man.
50% body fat and like I'm cutting from like 160 something, 170 something to 145. So that's
Uh,
sometimes it gets tough, but sometimes I can manage. Yeah,
yeah, well, it's harder for you guys because you guys have like no body fat, man.
yeah. Like it's. I remember me doing tests at UFC the Apex, and they
Yeah.
looking at my paperwork and they was like wondering like how do you even make the weight class? And it's like they tell me I'm really a 55. I should be fighting at 55. I don't know.
Man, well, I mean, it's a science to it, and you guys, of course, are getting used to it, man. But yeah, it's a hard one, bro. Going through the card real quick, man. Next one up, I mean, it's going to be Tommy Garcia. This is another bantamweight fight. The guy's 3-2, taking on Makil Frias, 3-3. Tommy Garcia, man, his nickname's La Salsa. So right off the bat, I'm going for that guy because I'm Mexican, bro. So I love to eat. But bantamweight, man, what are some of the things from bantamweight that you can't get at the heavyweight division or so forth, bro?
uh, well, for one, training because I train with guys closer to like 35 and 55. I can tell you the speed difference is like real big. You can really tell like 35 guys are like really fast. They probably like maybe a step or two ahead of me, but like they like compared to 55ers. Well, I'm not gonna say all 55ers are slow, but compared to a 45er, the majority of them guys aren't really that fast. But I think those are the two things that separate and the strength. Because 55 guys, some of them 200 pounds, so
Yeah.
they're like really strong. Yeah,
No, yeah, man. I mean, you see guys like
I just say the speed and strength most likely is like the
yeah.
biggest difference. Yeah.
No, definitely, man. And yeah, I mean, it shows because when they fight, of course, when it's a lighter weight, a lot of people don't expect knockouts because of the power. But I mean, you still got elbows, you still got knees, so of course, there's still the chances are still there, just not by via 1 and 2, right?
Right, exactly. It won't be like a heavyweight knockout with a one hit a quarter, but like I haven't seen like other 35ers just put each other to sleep.
No,
So
yeah, yeah.
like
But we're still
still
yet to
still a
see,
chance,
man.
right?
No, no, definitely, man. Now, right quick, man, jump back in there. The third bantamweight bout, man. Of course, Michael Polanco is 0-1, taking on Gustavo Genau. The guy's making his debut. I mean, he does have kickboxing experience. I mean, you actually went to you trained in Muay Thai specifically. There was a time in your career where you actually went and traveled to train in Muay Thai, right?
Yeah, for what, like a month, I just went to Thailand and just trained strictly Muay Thai. Did a little jiu-jitsu and a little MMA there also, but it was mostly for my stand-up. I
You,
worked a lot of clinch, a lot of elbows, and yeah.
Now, something like that, because of course you come from wrestling, so of course that was good to do, right? To kind of not depend on the wrestling or the MMA, but just strictly on striking. I mean, it definitely added to your arsenal.
Oh, for sure. That was I would say that was like one of the my Achilles heel. I would say that. Just just um me being comfortable, like standing there
Yeah.
and like, all right, this is just some dangerous stuff they were teaching me, like getting hit with knees and elbows. The way they were showing it in Thailand, I was like, I see why guys are like super comfortable there because one mistake and it's over
Yeah.
with. So, but I'm glad I learned that.
No, yeah, because I mean, you brought that back with you, and of course, I think you fought right after that, and you actually got a win. So it definitely helped out, right?
Yeah, yeah, like it helped a lot, especially those knees. Like learning how to throw them properly, like changed a lot.
Yeah.
Changed my game a lot. Yeah.
No, no, definitely, man. And of course, I mean, that was an opportunity a lot of people can't do. They can't afford to take time to go travel, but the fact that you were able to do that, man, that was great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, boss. Going back to the card, man. Of course, this is for the Titan Fighting Championship 75. Their co-main event is actually going to be a kickboxing bout. They have a UFC veteran, the guy fought for PFL, Game Bear Fighting, Alex the Spartan Nicholson, heavyweight fighter, taking on Oscar Sosa, 14-2. A lot of experience when it comes to mixed martial arts, to combat sports. But I believe it's Alex's first kickboxing bout. Oscar Sosa, he's actually fought once in kickboxing. I mean, so I mean, what can we expect, man? Because obviously you got to take yourself away from the MMA game and just concentrate on stand up because of course you can't do takedowns or certain things in kickboxing, right?
Right. So like it's gonna be a lot. The the cardio and the pace is gonna be different for sure
Yeah.
compared to MMA. I done did kickboxing rounds with kickboxers before, and like the pace is a lot different. Like it's because the rounds are shorter, so like
Yeah.
it's not like too much of a fill out really. You getting kicked immediately, you getting punched immediately. So like, I think that's the difference, the slight difference.
No, I mean for sure, man, and they're two big boys, man. So of course, I mean we can probably safe to say there probably will be a knockout, man. We'll see, but yeah, I mean this is going to be the and the main event itself, man, we're gonna have Landon Quinones, 5-1, taking on Ronaldo Acevedo, 9-3. Now it is gonna be for the 155 title, because it is a time fighting championship promotion. Of course, they are on the UFC Fight Pass. So after winning a title like this, I mean, of course, depending on the performance and how they win, I mean, of course, that's a good opportunity to get picked up by the big boys, right? UFC.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's an amazing platform to get picked up on, especially since it's being broadcast on the Fight Pass. And like from what I've seen from Titan, they always seem to put on good shows. So it's like these guys got a great opportunity to you know put put themselves on notice.
No, yeah, and I mean, what would you say to somebody like them? Like, if you could talk to them and tell them, hey, you know what? I mean, would you say leave it all in there? I mean, put everything out to, of course, get the win, but I mean, make some noise so the guys out there in the UFC can see them, right?
Yeah, like it's super important to get the win, but it's also super important to entertain because it's we we fighters, but we entertainers at the end of the day. So it's like you gotta toe that line. So these guys probably like in the back of their mind, like, all right, gotta get this win, and like, but gotta entertain. So you gotta risk sometimes. You can't just you know
No,
get
yeah,
lucky on somebody.
I mean, because you yourself, your fight for LFA was what brought you on board, right? That's after you fought for LFA, they picked you up for the UFC.
Yeah. I had a what was it, main event, co-main event spot, one or two. Yeah, and I knew going into that fight, I'm like, okay, this is a chance for me to just like really show uh, the guys outside of like LFA, like the big league guys, Bellator, One FC, UFC, wherever it may be. I was like, going in my mind, I figured I was like, this is the fight I gotta show the world something. I gotta show them something, right? So my mindset going into that fight was like, I gotta try to finish this guy. That was my mindset. Like, any way I can finish him, I was trying to like I was like it got easier the closer we got towards the end of the fight because the guy had I don't know how much reach on me. He was super tall, right? So like I was able to figure it out eventually, and we got the job done. But I had to take that risk.
Yeah.
Like especially in the second round, I had to take a big risk, and I just had to start like implementing our game plan because it was difficult navigating that ring. But I got it. So and I made it to the UFC.
No,
So
yeah, man.
that's one thing I'll tell those guys.
No, and let me ask you because you yourself have a fight coming up May 14th, of course. How's training going for your fight, man? You still everything pretty good?
Yeah, training's been going well. Yesterday was Monday. My coach shocked me a little bit, trying to kick my ass. Like he'll do that from time to time. Like I'm thinking like Monday usually light,
Yeah.
something really light. No, I had to go spar Monday morning. Like I'm like okay, like this is, but he'll do things like that so camp isn't so routine, and I'm like getting bored. Like
Yeah.
it's the middle of camp Monday morning, and your coach be like, "All right, we about to go spar this morning." I'm like, "What the?" Like I wasn't prepared for that. I could have got mentally ready yesterday, but I wasn't. So he was just like, "Okay, we're gonna spar." And my coach, he would do like things like that to fuck with me mentally. I think.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, man, and I mean stuff like that is actually pretty good because even now, like for example, with the UFC Fight Pass, a lot of their shows are on Wednesday, they're Friday, Sunday, and my thing is like, man, if you're not training on those days and you go to a promotion and you're fighting Sunday when normally you're at home with your feet up on the sofa watching TV, I mean, it does throw you off mentally, right? I mean, you got to be strong, mentally strong, and be able to say, okay, well, you know what, it's fight day, let me go at it, man.
hmm right. That's a big part of fighting. Also, people think it's a physical thing. Like I know a lot of guys better than me that's not in the UFC off of mental mistakes that they made. So
Yeah.
it's just it goes hand in hand. You know.
No, definitely, man. Man, I'm gonna throw two questions at you, man. I mean, I didn't tell you about this, but the fight coming up, man, the UFC fight, of course, 273 happening this weekend. I mean, we have the anticipated rematch. Of course, we're gonna have Sterling versus Peter Yan, man. I mean, that's gonna be for the title. Who do you have winning that fight, man?
Um, I think I got Peter Yan. Just off of his last performances and like the last time they fought, like unless Aljo has the gas tank to put that pace on them 5 rounds, but I'm not sure if he does or not. Like didn't seem like it. So it's a safe bet to say Young going to win the title.
No, yeah, definitely, and I'll agree with you, man, because I think Peter Yan had it the first time. If it wasn't for that knee, I think he would have won. So I mean, that goes for that. The next one, of course, the for the belt, man, it's going to be Volkanovski taking on the Korean Zombie. On this one, are you eager to see this bout, man? This is actually a good fight.
Can you repeat that? Sorry, it's with some sound.
Oh no, it's going to be Volkanovski. He's taking on the Korean Zombie. This is going to be for the title.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting fight right there. That's very interesting. For for one, I've trained with the Korean Zombie striking coach for a few months, so I know
Okay.
I know how I know how Eddie Cha likes to game plan and stuff. So Like it's going to be interesting. It's hard for me to call it because I know how Eddie is. I know how tough the Korean Zombie is. So it's like that's a
Yeah.
that's a good like marriage right there. Like it's a beautiful marriage.
Oh, yeah.
I see the development and like Volkanovski is tough as fuck too. Man. He's tough, gritty guy. I don't know. It's a tough one, but
Oh yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna pick Volkanovski by decision.
yeah. You see, I would get the strength. I would get to Volkanovski. I mean, the guy's a terror, man. The Korean Zombie. I'll see it. Like if it goes further in the round and he keeps his cardio, I think the Korean Zombie will take it. But it's gonna be good, man. I'm gonna be watching, of course, man. And of course, man. Let me ask you, bro, because on one of the bouts we talked about Mikaiso Ureña, man. The guy's nicknamed the Pink Ranger. And I see you wearing the Ninja Turtle shirt, man. So who would win, man? The Power Rangers or the Ninja Turtles, bro?
Oh man. Okay, so it's a tough one because I grew up being a fan of both. Like, all right, I'm gonna say Ninja Turtles just off of this. Ninja Turtles was my like one of my very first introductions to martial arts, even before
Oh,
Power
nice.
Rangers. Like it was Ninja Turtles and Kung Fu movies.
Oh
So
yeah.
we gotta go with Ninja Turtles. I gotta go with Ninja Turtles.
My man, well, Jamal Lammers, man. Once again, bro, I appreciate you, of course, helping me with the Titan FC 75 card, man. Don't hang up yet. Everybody out there, this is Spida, the Fight Card Podcast. Till next time, follow up.